What is the deal? 300. This is your boy Shaka, and I am back with another video. Hey man, you already know who this is, man. This is your boy Shaka, the urban philosopher. And I just wanted to share my thoughts with you all very quickly, man. You know, y'all, this morning I was going through YouTube and I came up on a video by the guy Oshay Jackson. Now, if you don't know who he is, he's a popular YouTuber, and I'll explain more about that. But he had made a video pretty much backing up Tariq Nasheeds. Tariq Nasheeds had released a video somewhat addressing his critics. And I wanted to respond to that video. And the first thing I want to say here is that the primary reason I am making this video on Oshay Jackson, okay, is because, you know, way too often many parts of the so-called black community are peer pressured to ignore the BS and not speak on anything in order to be safe and cool with the talked about people on the block. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, that has not done much for us, all right? And in the words of Marlo from The Wire, that gotta fall, okay? It gotta fall. We gotta speak on it, because far too many times this happens and important and beneficial things are not realized because of it. Okay, many of us are just pressured to be silent or suffer the consequences of being labeled a hater, which has been used so out of context. It's just, you know, I use it sparingly, but a lot of times I don't even take it seriously anymore. It's a low-level talking point. You know, we just can't keep playing that game. So let's get into it, all right? Now, if you don't know Oshay Jackson, he is a popular YouTuber in the so-called black social media circuit. You know, he's been around for some years. Okay, one thing that I can say about dude is that, you know, he is great at networking, you know, within the community of men that, you know, he can relate to. You know, he's good at networking within that community. Okay, he has put a lot of men on. You know, I can say that. You know, most of them pretty much fall into the culture that they have going on over there. They have this thing called the manosphere. A few of them do not fall into the culture. You know what I'm saying? I believe that a few of them just ride over there, not really because they agree with the culture when you listen to their material and their content, but, you know, they are about getting that exposure that comes with it. I mean, there's guys that go to the comment section and say, well, because they doing it, I'll go ahead and do it. You know, so it's easy sub. And so I believe that a lot of dudes, some of the few dudes ride because of that. But I also believe that this is one of the reasons that Oshay Jackson has never really been called out for real. You know, he oftentimes reaches out to any man that could challenge him, and, you know, he kind of props him up. And so that puts him in the safe zone for a lot of dudes, you know. But outside of that, though, Oshay is a questionable dude, all right? I mean, for starters, he claims that he is super for the brothers, you know what I'm saying? Pro-black type. Yet he stays in one of the most, you know, whitest places on earth, which is Poland. And I don't believe that dude has set foot on American soil in years. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think that he has. You know, because what I see to keep his black card relevant, what he does is he goes to Africa and stays down there. He don't come here where he's reporting most of his stories and things like that. He'll go to Africa and he'll stay down there for a little bit to deceive his followers, but then he goes right back to Poland where he's staying, claiming that he's trying to be a doctor. Okay, and that's been going on for a very long time, you know, but that's what he said. I mean, when you think about it, I guess he is as pro-black as it gets, because, you know, as stated by the brother Chronicles of Judah, pro-black typically means that I just want to hug. I want to be accepted by those other groups of people. Okay. Another thing about this guy is that oftentimes he likes to use other group of men to show up brothers. Okay. He does this underhandedly. Okay. Like there have been multiple times when he would use examples of so-called white men out of context to pretty much shit on brothers. You know what I'm saying? Few of these situations was a post with Elon Musk where he compared Elon to Lil Duval as to suggest that white men work harder while black men play around all day. And it was one of the most dusty character assassinations attempts that I had ever seen online. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely nothing to gain from it. You dig? Well, you know, I guess his friends from Poland loved it, you know. You dig? But the one that really made me pull a red flag on this dude was when he had spoke on Travis Kelce. Now this happened a couple of years back, and I was pretty much just in the comment section on it. I wasn't making videos or anything. But he made a video about the athlete Travis Kelce and try to make it seem like he's somebody that brothers should aspire to be because of all of this counterfeit work that he's doing in the city. And this is my city, so this dude Oshay had no idea what he was fucking talking about. Travis Kelce ain't that dude out here like that. The only thing Travis Kelce is doing around here is trying to see if he can have better so-called black women than brothers themselves, because he's one of those dudes that struggle with that. Okay, he has a little wigotry spirit, and that's about all Travis Kelce is doing. When you see him being put up front by a lot of these government agenda pushing outlets, that ain't him. Okay, so you know that's a whole other story. But you know, this is the things that he do. I mean, this is just one of the many things that he do. But today I wanted to talk about this Fulion Cloud Chaser because today he decided to piggyback on Tariq Nasheeds' live show, like I told y'all earlier. And so basically, in his show, Oshay stated that basically we all should just be happy for Tariq Nasheeds because he made this $1 million, because it's a good sign that we can get things done. First off, we didn't need Tariq Nasheeds' $1 million effort or whatever to know that we can do it. All right, we have a lot of history that suggests that we can get something done if we wanted to. Okay, and that's real. All right, and so basically what he was saying, you know, is that in a nutshell, instead of getting mad or hating, you know what I'm saying, you should just do your part. Okay, and that's just crazy, man, because that is probably one of the most played out lines, you know, we can lay down today. I mean, it's gandy as fuck. At the end of the day, I do a lot, but I don't have to share what the fuck I'm doing online to get permission from you dudes to call out trash behaviors. And to be real with you, even if I was not doing shit, the truth is the truth is the truth. Regardless of who's saying it. Okay, a bum on the corner could be speaking the truth. If it's the truth, we gotta listen. You know what I'm saying? If we know it's the truth. So that talking point is just low-level bullshit. And as I said before, these dudes are not really used to being called out. So these are the terms that they revert to. They might go about it logically, you know, intellectually, but that's pretty much what it boils down to. You know, so when they are called out, most of their responses are lame. They're just lame, okay? They expect for black folks to be dumb enough to just continue to accept these talking points. Okay, it's the same stuff that we see in the comment section. Okay? And so, yeah, you know, they got a brother that has a school called the Yahoo Academy. This brother has graduated children. He's not popular at all, okay? I follow him on Facebook. This brother make a post, he probably get 1 like or whatever. But this brother is doing a whole lot in his community. This is why that old talking point is old. Everybody ain't trying to get online like that. You know what I'm saying? To push it down your throat anyway. That, hey, I'm doing something. And so that gives me permission to talk. Man, y'all better get lost with that shit. You know, I said this before on my old channel. When you hear talking points like Oshay made in that video, it is clear that our community continues to conduct ourselves like a gang, okay, who has no idea of what governing ourselves really looks like, okay, nor do we understand it, all right? And Oshay is one of the two. Either he's taking advantage of us not knowing this, or he's just a part of the club, okay? Either way, it ain't official. Okay, we got to speak on it. Okay, and so the next thing that he said in the video, you know what I think is funny, right? A lot of these dudes like to take that old hating talking point. But I want to say something, and I'm going to specifically speak on this for the sake of the video, okay? You know, some years ago, I had a book program, okay? And with this book program, I would just buy books with my own money, not only books, DVDs, and I would pass them out to the black community, the so-called black community. As y'all heard me on my old channel, you know, I was all about the Hotep deal. And I supported Tariq Nasheed heavy. I bought his books, Mac Lessons, Player Be Played, and he had another book, you know, I supported some of his lives. He was the first dude to really come to the table with this, you pay for some of his content. You know, you go to a web page, pay for his content, things like that. I supported, you know what I'm saying, a lot of that stuff. And see, the thing is, a lot of people who supported Tariq Nasheed yesterday are the people who are critical of him today. Okay? Now, maybe on a small scale, you got a few people hating out of the cracks of Tariq Nasheed, but nobody is hating on Tariq Nasheed on a major scale like that, okay? They are using common sense and logic, okay? And we are not going to let Fulian, Oshay Duke, make us think different, okay? You know, I've said this before, in a normal society, people do not govern their communities with the one-up theory or the you the hater theory. You know, that shit happens in high school halls, okay? The IRS and SEC is not playing situations down because someone they think is doing wrong has done more philanthropy work with, you know, than them, okay? Or because they're ultra rich, or because everybody like when they say stuff. That ain't how they get down. I mean, Martha Stewart did time for financial fraud. I mean, they even locked Bernie Madoff up, okay? All right? Were the IRS and SEC hating because on record, Martha Stewart was doing more for the community and she was more received and known by the public? I mean, that's a question. I mean, let's just get real here. Or, did they see that what she was doing or what they were doing were wrong and they needed to be held accountable for it? You know? Just a logical question. You know, I ask those questions to say, when these dudes tell black folks that people are just hating and mad, they are just training you to do what they claim whites are training you to do, which is keep thinking on a 2D level and do not question the bullshit in order for them to keep the bullshit clown show going. Okay? It is literally the same stuff the so-called person they are critical of does all the time. Okay? But you got to expect that from these dudes, because secretly they worship that man and those people behind closed doors. Many of them are not fighting for you or with you. Okay? They just adopted the opposition's ways, and they are exploiting the privilege of having the advantage of looking like you, okay? Looking like us. And my first point makes even more sense when you look at the fact that when you consider that dudes such as Oshay Duke Jackson, you know, has an outlet that's a business, okay? He even spoke on numbers in his video. You know, I mean, you would think that he would make sense of how it makes sense for the black community to donate and not invest $7 million into a project that does absolutely nothing for the black community, economically or politically, okay? You would think someone such as himself, who is viciously critical of what Umar is doing, you would think he would have something to say about that. But he does not. And you know the conclusion? Do you know why? Because Oshay Duke Jackson is a fully-on clout chaser. See, these dudes have mastered the game of what is called push and pull. Okay, basically they primarily talk a whole bunch of bullshit. Then they give you some constructive shit. And when they do this, it makes it very difficult for most of us to see what these dudes are about. It's especially since collectively we lack a culture, okay? And Oshay does this by promoting all of these dudes, okay? This is why he's just out here promoting everybody. Major Jeffy, okay? Sometimes it's just Jeffy, all right? And this is why he does that. Okay, now some of these dudes are good people, some are not. Most of them dudes I don't even agree with. You know, most of them dudes cater to the beta male who's frustrated with women in life. Okay? You know, but me, I see past all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And unlike a lot of them dudes who are gonna give Oshay a pass because it matters so much to them, the problem that they have with me is this YouTube shit here is house money to me. Okay, as I stated before, people who follow me know me in real life. And since I left that cell in 2010, well, let me take that back because I got out, I had to sleep on my mom's couch for a whole year. But since I got up off that couch in 2011, I ain't never needed YouTube or anything like that, or a white man signing me a check to fund my life. Okay? And nor have I never sat around and imagined YouTube funding my life. Okay? I do this for like minds and that young man who's a virgin in thinking who might come across my content first. Okay? I don't have AdSense or whatever it's called going on. Alright? So I gain nothing from bringing the truth forward. And I'm just going to go ahead and leave it there, man. You know, we got to be watching out for these niggas, for real. Go ahead and drop your comments about what you think about this whole situation and Oshay Duke Jackson kind of taking up arms for Tariq Nasheed and speaking on this matter. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Most definitely like or dislike. You a fan of Oshay Duke? You don't like what I said? Dislike. If you like what a brother said, go ahead and like the video. But most definitely hit that sub button and then hit that bell, because I know I'm gonna drop something that you're gonna like. Anyway, y'all, this is your boy Shaka, the Urban Philosopher. I am out. This 300.